It began as a flicker, a tiny pulse hidden inside oceans of astronomical data. Cold, fast, silent. At first, nobody paid attention. Space is full of wandering debris, asteroids, frozen comets, shattered fragments drifting endlessly through darkness. But this object was different. Because it wasn't orbiting the sun. It wasn't trapped by gravity. And it wasn't slowing down. Within hours, observatories across Earth locked onto it. From the volcanic peaks of Hawaii to massive telescopes buried deep in the deserts of South Africa, scientists watched something impossible tear through our solar system at extraordinary speed. Then came the confirmation. NASA officially announced the detection of a new interstellar object. An object now known as 3I Atlas. A visitor from outside our solar system. Something ancient. Something that had wandered through the galaxy for longer than human civilization has existed. But as researchers began studying it, the fear started to grow. Because the deeper they looked, the less natural it appeared. Its speed was too extreme. Its brightness too intense. Its trajectory too precise. And when scientists reconstructed its path backward through time, they found something chilling. This thing did not come from nearby stars. Its origin may trace back toward the dense inner regions of the Milky Way itself. Which means this object could have been traveling through deep space for tens of thousands, possibly millions, of years. Alone. Unseen. Until now. And now, it's here. Moving directly through our cosmic neighborhood. But perhaps the most terrifying question isn't what it is. It's why it arrived now. Chapter 1. The day the sky changed. For centuries, humanity believed interstellar objects were extraordinarily rare. Maybe impossible. Then in 2017, everything changed. Astronomers discovered an object unlike anything seen before. A strange visitor named Oumuamua. It accelerated unexpectedly. It had no visible comet tail. Its shape appeared bizarre. Long. Thin. Almost artificial. The scientific world erupted into debate. Most researchers believed it was natural. But some did not. Among them was Harvard astrophysicist Avi Loeb, who proposed a controversial possibility. What if Oumuamua wasn't a random rock? What if it was technology? At the time, many dismissed the idea. Then in 2019, another interstellar object arrived. Borisov. This one looked more like a comet, but it was moving far too fast and behaving strangely. 2 interstellar visitors in only 2 years. Already, astronomers were surprised. But now comes 3I Atlas. And according to some scientists, it may be the strangest yet. Because this object combines characteristics from both previous visitors. The mysterious brightness of Oumuamua. The aggressive trajectory of Borisov. And something else. Something harder to explain. Purpose. Chapter 2. The object that shouldn't exist. 3I Atlas was first detected by the Atlas Sky Survey System. A network designed to identify dangerous objects before they threaten Earth. Normally, Atlas finds asteroids, comets, space debris. But this object triggered immediate concern. Its speed exceeded 152,000 miles per hour. Far beyond typical solar system objects. And its orbit didn't behave normally. Most bodies inside our system follow predictable gravitational paths. Ellipses. Loops. Curves around the sun. But 3I Atlas cut through space like a projectile. Direct. Sharp. Unbound. When astronomers traced its movement backward through simulation models, the results stunned them. This thing originated from outside the solar system entirely. Not the Kuiper belt. Not the Oort cloud. Not any known region of local space. Interstellar, possibly galactic. A traveler from the dark between stars. And then came the strangest detail of all. Its brightness. Based on the amount of light it reflected, the object should have been enormous. But size estimates suggested something much smaller. Meaning one thing. Its surface was highly reflective. More reflective than ordinary rock. More reflective than dirty ice. Almost metallic. Cold. Smooth. Possibly hollow. And suddenly, the scientific conversation changed. Chapter 3: The James Webb Observation. As news spread through the astronomy community, researchers rushed to secure observation time on the most advanced telescope humanity has ever built. The James Webb Space Telescope. A machine designed to study the birth of galaxies and peer billions of years into the past. But now Webb was turning towards something much closer. Something inside our own cosmic backyard. And what it observed only deepened the mystery. Infrared scans revealed unusual thermal behavior. Normally, comets release gas when heated by the sun. Asteroids warm unevenly. Rock and ice create chaotic heat signatures. But 3I Atlas appeared different. Its thermal emission looked strangely stable. Controlled. Consistent. Some regions retained heat longer than expected. Other regions reflected energy with unnatural efficiency. Then astronomers detected something even more disturbing. Slight deviations in movement. Tiny changes in trajectory that solar gravity alone could not explain. The object appeared to accelerate. Not dramatically. But enough to alarm scientists. Because unexplained acceleration is exactly what made Oumuamua so controversial years earlier. Avi Loeb once again entered the conversation. And once again, he raised the possibility few wanted to discuss publicly. Artificiality. Not alien spaceships in the Hollywood sense. No flashing lights. No invasion fleet. But perhaps something far more realistic. A probe. An autonomous object. An ancient technological artifact drifting silently between stars. And if that possibility sounds terrifying, consider the alternative. Because either this object is artificial, or nature itself is capable of creating structures so bizarre they imitate intelligent design. Both possibilities change everything. Chapter 4: The possibility of navigation. As researchers continued monitoring 3I Atlas, discussions became increasingly uncomfortable. Because if the object's motion truly cannot be explained by natural forces, then another explanation emerges. Control. What if the object isn't drifting? What if it's navigating? Think about the implications. Something crossing interstellar space with directional precision. Something surviving immense radiation, vacuum exposure, and time itself. Something arriving precisely when humanity finally possesses instruments advanced enough to detect it properly. That timing disturbed many researchers. For billions of years, space appeared silent. Then suddenly, within only a few years, humanity detects multiple interstellar visitors. Why now? Some astronomers argue this is simply because our detection systems improved. And perhaps they're right. But others quietly wonder whether humanity has crossed a threshold. A technological milestone. The point where we became visible. Visible not through radio broadcasts, but through our growing ability to observe the universe itself. What if discovering these objects isn't coincidence? What if detection is part of the process? Because in nature, observation works both ways. When you notice something, sometimes it has already noticed you. Chapter 5. The data that caused panic behind the scenes. Deeper analysis reportedly revealed even stranger anomalies. Spectral scans of the surface failed to match known asteroid compositions cleanly. Researchers expected signatures from silicates, metals, carbon compounds, or ice. Instead, some readings appeared inconsistent. Complex carbon structures. Unusual absorption patterns. Reflectivity properties rarely observed in natural celestial debris. In simple terms, the object didn't look normal. Then came the spin analysis. Random space rocks tumble chaotically. But 3I Atlas displayed hints of unusual rotational symmetry. Subtle balance. Repeated orientation patterns. Almost as if its shape had intention. Some scientists warned against overinterpreting the data. And they may be correct. But the accumulation of anomalies became difficult to ignore. Brightness. Acceleration. Reflectivity. Trajectory. Thermal stability. Rotational behavior. Individually, each could perhaps be explained naturally. Together, they created something deeply unsettling. Because eventually the human mind begins asking the forbidden question.